Can you hear me now? Everybody hear me? Oh, yeah, you can hear me because now I'm getting feedback. Alrighty. I don't usually broadcast in the morning, but I got to go out today, pick up my daughter a little bit later. So we're just waking up. Basically, what we have is an extension to my Extreme Kitchen mod. So if you have the Extreme Kitchen installed, then you will be able to utilize these new items, which will help you create a new tech kitchen. As I was saying before I turned my volume on, they all require level 75, and you will need to unlock the tech replicator, which is done by defeating any of the bosses in order to get all these new Ingrams for the Extreme Kitchen. It's not available yet on the workshop. Once this video is done, I'm going to post it up there. And then, so probably within a couple hours after the show, this will be ready for you guys to download. But once again, you're going to want the original Extreme Kitchen because the recipes for using this stuff are all built into the original mod. If you don't have the recipes, then the new canning bench and stuff like that will not work. So it's basically just an add-on extension, but I wanted to keep it separate for those that don't want to use it. So you need to reach level 75 and unlock one of the bosses, and then you will get all of these pieces, which I will describe to you guys now how to use them because I'm kind of new at the snapping stuff. But first, we have three storage compartments with the kitchen lower storage, upper kitchen storage, and double storage. And I've already created several of those here. And to start my kitchen, we're going to use some of these, and you'll notice it snaps to a wall or a foundation out in the middle of a wall. But these are the low storage cabinets. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a row. This is the best way. You'll notice how they snap right together. And you want to, when you're setting up your kitchen, you'll notice that there will be a gap there with the base cabinets. If you put it like that, you end up with a gap and it won't design your kitchen as nicely. So we're going to pick that back up, and you just want to make sure that they're snapping together once you get the first base. Yeah, which could be a little bit tricky, but it's not too bad because you can pick them right back up again. There you go. So I'm going to set up a row of base cabinets about the length of, if we can, there we go. We'll just set up couple more. Base cabinets are installed. It gives you two options. The next piece is this upper storage cabinet, which will snap directly onto the base cabinet. And you'll notice there's a little overlap because it does grab the wall hooks too. So you just got to place them carefully. And those base cabinets have 100 storage slots each. The single upper cabinet has 100 storage slots, and you also have the option of a double storage cabinet. Basically, I designed this so that everything here is modular in size so that as we're going through, you can really design your kitchen the way you want. Now, what I'm doing is to give a little bit fanciness to my kitchen. Whoops, that will happen. That's why we made them so you can pick them back up. I want to get that one seated, and it just sometimes takes a little moving around to get it. Well, it'll work fine up there. They snap together sideways too, so sometimes you can get them there. Whoop, I just had it right there. Now, what I'm doing is setting up basically a grid. Whoops, I just put that one right on top of the other one. Try that again. Now, the double storage cabinets have 200 slots each, but I'm doing the grid so I can get the upper cabinets on the wall above where I want to go. And once that's done, I can pull out these cabinets here, and if I want to pick up this lower cabinet, I can drop in perfectly the tech workbench. The workbenches actually will snap right to the other ones as well, but it makes it so that it fits in really nice with the rest of them by removing your base cabinets as you go along the canning bench. There we go. So I can pretty much design this kitchen any way I want. I'm going to continue it out a little bit with the upper cabinet. If you don't want upper cabinets, then you don't have to go through this step of building and removing. But I want to have upper cabinets going across the top, and I'm going to drop in a double cabinet right there and take out this lower cabinet. Now notice the second one disappeared. That will happen when the cabinet is snapped to the structure next to it. Sometimes you'll lose one. So it's still a little bit tricky, but we're working on the bugs. And let's grab, actually, I want to get my stove in here. So we'll put the stove right there. We also have, let's get another base cabinet, which will snap to the stove. Now let's see if this looks okay. Sometimes you'll get a different overlap slightly at the top if you don't use it snapping to the base cabinets, but that looks pretty good. So we have a stove, which is powered by my tech generator, which is over in the room over there. We can turn that on. We have our workbench, which has all the recipes from the original Extreme Kitchen already installed. If you have that mod installed, we have refrigerators, which we can drop in, which are also need electricity to power. And we can try to get, which that's where this comes in. These cabinets will not snap to the top of the refrigerator. So in order to do that, we will pick up this refrigerator. We will put back in a base cabinet. It's just going to take a little bit of work to get your kitchen set up the way you want it. Now we can pick up those two on the bottom and drop my refrigerator in to the spot where it goes. And you can go on with these as long as you want. Another one of the items included is, well, let's throw one more refrigerator here just for the heck of it. You notice there's a gap between the refrigerator. That's why if we remove one of the items like the tech bench here, the refrigerator will drop right in. But sometimes the snapping is off a little if we don't have a base cabinet. So I'm not going to put a refrigerator there. But we do want to show you as well the sink module. And we're just going to drop a sink right there. If we wanted to, we could pull out, say, or keep building, but I don't want to make this video too long, the canning workbench and put the tech sink in where the workbench goes. And you notice that's a little bit, needs to be scaled down a little bit to fit in there. So it's not going to fit. We're just going to drop the sink right there. We'll put my canning bench back up. The sink will allow you to drink water and also will fill water containers. Basically, it's like the well, but it's redesigned. So those are the base items. Plus, one last thing is the tech cooker structure. Now, it's a miniature one, and I designed it so that you can put it on top of the stove. And there you go. It's powered by electricity as well. It's close by. And that one has 200 slots available. So in a short time, we set up a kitchen. You just got to mess around with the modular design of it. We'll keep on working on that as time goes on and try to get the snap points a little bit better. So, all in all, it includes the kitchen lower storage, the double upper storage, the single upper storage, the stove, the refrigerator, the canning benches, and the cooker right there. And that is pretty much all the pieces. Now, how to use those, I'm going to fly over to my other base and then we'll jump into my actual working kitchen that has a bunch of stuff. Show you guys how that works. So we'll take a little ride. Good morning, Cowboy 32. Like I said, this mod will be released in a couple of hours. For anybody that's used to the Extreme Kitchen mod is the one Arc mod that has almost 10,000 subscribers to it, so I figured I'd do a little update to that. And I do have a lot of tech stuff built into this map, so we're just going to teleport over to my other base where I have another kitchen set up, and we'll show you. Here we are, my main base. Just a small one. This is on my single player game, and it may lag a little bit in here because yeah, it's huge. But you'll get the picture. And I have several pieces set up right here, starting with our, oh yeah, you can put other objects too on top of all of the kitchen pieces if you want to decorate a little bit like I did here. I put these little holographic dinosaurs on top. I got refrigerators. I've got a few different benches set up for different reasons. This one here, I make the new fertilizer, and you could see lots of fertilizer. Basically, the new fertilizer that goes into my also the new crop plots, which we didn't get to, will take different types of poop. That'll be good. Depending on what size the poop is, it will turn it into fertilizer with 10 thatch. The massive poops like this one here only require one to make a fertilizer. And they will slowly disappear. The massive one's already gone. Large take 5, medium take 10, and 20, or I think it's 20 small poop to make a fertilizer as well. With that, we have the three different size crop plots, which are tech crop plots. They grow very quickly and a little bit quicker than the original one. And they have 30 slots, so you can fill up tons of fertilizer and not have to worry about refilling them all the time. We're probably going to get some lag spikes as I go through opening things. But there's the small one. Then we have the large tech crop plots up here. And we've got some medium ones on the other side as well. So the tech crop plots are also included. And in order to use the fertilizer that's created with my canning bench, you will need to have the tech crop plots. But each of these fertilizer compared to the original has 200,000 nitrogen, and the original ones are only like 43, so they last longer as well. Another feature of the new tech canning bench. Nope, I'm going to be picking up my daughter later, so I won't be streaming FS17 today, and I will be working on it a little bit, but won't be streaming that today. So, one of the new features of the tech canning bench as well as making fertilizer is you can take black pearls, and that's what I got here, and you can drop them in, and you'll notice that extra black pearls, 10 black pearls create one element. You notice my elements going up. So if you need extra element, you can go searching for black pearls and create element for all this tech tier stuff just by dropping it into, and that's why I have several workbenches to keep my stuff a little bit separated. The original Extreme Workbench features, you'll notice with the crafting speed, such as we'll craft some cans, a much faster speed on the new tech one for crafting. It does all the original items just a little bit faster, and you'll notice that there's a spoil timer increase on the berries and stuff, so they will stay in there longer as you're crafting. And just to get an idea, let's take, let's see if I can remember where I put it. Let's grab a beer. We'll use this mod over here, which is the S Plus mod. Gardener person, give them a beer, activate, and it pulls in all of my seeds and berries. And we will show you by taking all those from all my plots that are around here. I can now just go and this is where I usually freeze up big time inventory transfers. But I'm going to bring my berries over, and you'll notice now as I'm dropping them in, they're canning up pretty fast, much faster than they used to. And they create these nice cans of berries. Another, I'm not going to, how much weight? Oh, I got plenty of room. The egg collector, let's grab some eggs. Like, let's see, what can I make kibble out of? We'll grab, yeah, well, I'm not gonna, I always leave one. These are ones I have so much kibble of that I actually don't. But we'll show you how fast that works now with the new little, I have all the products, and there's a nice spoil timer in there increase as well. So things like raw mutton and stuff won't go bad if you let it sit there for quite a while. And we'll drop my eggs in there. I should have everything to make this kibble in there. And you'll notice it turns the kibble right into cans a lot faster than the old one as well. So when you want to use your kibble, you just go to your inventory and open it up, and it basically will keep it fresh for a long time. But if you don't use it all, just drop it back into either the stove or the cooker, and it'll recan it back up to save it for later. Or you can drop it into the workbench to do that as well. So that is pretty much the Extreme Kitchen extension, other than all these extra berries that eventually I have to drop in and get them canned up. Oh, well, I'm dropping them into the wrong thing, but it will back. We can leave those in. And all the functions from the original kitchen mod are there as well. So I hope you guys enjoy the new release, give you a little bit more functionality in your kitchens. And like I said, keep working on the snap points as time allows. But for now, I got figured it's definitely usable. I've been able to put together some pretty nice kitchen setups here with using what I have already available. And I will show you one more thing. We got to run to the bar. Run to the bar. My bar is right. The pub. Here's my pub. I want to grab myself. Now, this is where I get the inventory lockups from doing so much so fast in this area. I've got so much created on this server that, yeah, I tend to get those crazy lags. But over here, I should have a couple empty water jars. And we can go over and get those ready at the sink. Oh yeah, we didn't show you the stove either. We'll give you a quick demo on the stove. The sink. The sink is right here. We can access inventory, drop those water jars in, and then we can fill them right up with water in the sink. The stove works as the stove always did. I've got some meat right over here. Let's grab some just raw meat. Yeah, do I have a little bit? We'll grab some raw stuff here. Open the stove. Now with the original Stream Kitchen mod, we have the Ingrams to open up all those cans, there we go, of meat, and you'll be able to see how fast our new stove can cook that meat. If you have the trays in there and salt, you'll notice it creates trays of jerky with a cool down spoil timer of 10 minutes for each 30 meat that are in there. And then when they cool down, they turn into bags of jerky that can be opened up from your inventory as well. But much faster cooking meat. If you notice, yeah, I have, which I don't know a lot of people because it's in the original Extreme Kitchen mod. There are a few recipes that require 10 clay bowls, which I'll make a few empty ones. Oh, I can't make, there's six. When you use my special food, if we have 10 bowls, I wonder if I have any. We can make the clay bowls here with clay. I think that in one of my cabinets up here, I have some stone. We'll go down here. Just another way, if you don't have scorched earth installed, we can make sand and we'll get a little bit more stone and drop that in there. And we need some tinto berries. Oh, we got plenty in my inventory here for binding. One thing you got to do though is remove the salt, or the tinto berries are just going to be canned right up a lot of times. All right. Oh, I got to fix that Ingram on this bench. So clay, yeah, that requires me to make it so it can be used in both benches. So that one little thing will have to be fixed before I upload it today, which won't be too bad. Uh, we're going to go over here and grab some clay real quick. I've got plenty of it. I want to get a few more bowls. And where is my clay? There we go. A couple stacks of clay out of there. It does not conflict. It can be used across all of the different Arc mods. Good question, Thernadad, but this can be used on Scorched Earth and other places as well. Anywhere that the original Extreme Kitchen works. And I just have to make an adjustment to the Extreme Kitchen to allow this Ingram to work again, because you see in there it says can be crafted at canning bench. I have to remove that in order for, and that's the only one I missed, I think, on the original Extreme Kitchen, in order for that to be actually functioning. So Extreme Kitchen Original will need an update today, but I think we can still make the clay bowls by having the clay in there. We'll check that one out. There we go. I'm going to craft a few more of those. And as long as you have 10 clay bowls in your, you need a cooking pot, which you can craft at that bench as well. There's a long cooldown on the cooking pots. You need 10 clay bowls, and then the recipes are with the original Extreme Kitchen. I tend to make the one that just requires salt, 10 clay bowls, the corn, one can of corn made from the bench, and a can of carrots, and you just let that sit in there. This one does work a lot faster, but in a couple minutes. Now, the original one, it took about 15 minutes, so people would sit there and wonder why they're not getting these special soups. There's another one that requires, uh, yeah, so cans of meat as well as potatoes. I think it's the beef soup. But there you go. We have 10 bowl of vegetable soup ready, and they give you 100 health food and water by making those. And you'll notice I got another dirty cooking pot that goes on cool down, as well as my bowls disappeared. So pretty darn easy. Did we get to the point where we got 15 trays of jerky that are on cool down? You can take these out and let them cool down in your inventory and actually spread them out if you're in a hurry to get them to cool down. Then you'll have them both cooling down at the same time. So now they're both at 5 minutes. If you have them on top of each other, then the first one's going to spoil into a bag before the next one starts spoiling. So, and when I say bags of jerky, it does bags of cooked meat jerky, and you can also get the bag of prime meat jerky. Once you have those, we'll put one of those in my inventory. You can open those with the Ingrams just like the other ones, and then get your jerky back for putting into your cooker or wherever you need it. So it's pretty much as simple as that. Thanks for watching. We're going to get this video up online, and then we'll be releasing this mod extension later today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And you don't want to think, well, we'll cut the video.